Hey everyone, so today I'm going to do a little review on the 4U and the 4U Plus, and I'm just going to go over their icons side by side so you can see them both together. Before we do a close-up of the two different Tamagotchis, I wanted to just show you a couple resources that I think are really important to have. The guidebook isn't necessary, but it's really fun, and even if it's all in Japanese, there's a lot of pictures that I think are really helpful. For example, there are little character biography pages that show you the character. So here we have Kuchi-Pachi, and it also shows you his two post-adult phases. So his little round one and the skinny one. And it shows you how to obtain those different things. How to get a Kuchi-Pachi in the first place, which isn't as easy to understand in this if you don't read Japanese. But all that information is also online as well. This has the things he likes, dislikes, and each one has a little comic strip which actually gives you a really good idea of how to get your character to the post-adult phase. So to get the slim Kuchi-Pachi, it's showing him working out a lot. And once you get familiar with the Tamagotchi, you'll recognize some of these characters and locations. So this is a character that you can find at the park, and we'll show you that in just a moment. But she gives you a game that helps you to lose weight. And I think it's 10 grams each game. So if you visit her enough, work out enough, then you will turn into this stud right here. On the contrary, the more you eat, the heavier Kuchi-Pachi gets, and the rounder he becomes. So that's a really good illustration to show how he goes into his post-adult phase. It also has really helpful information such as different items and what they do. So for example, we have what I'm assuming is a donut. It shows you how many gotchi points you need, how many hungry bowls it fills, so just one, or one rice ball it fills, how happy it gets you, so it gives you 2 points for happiness, and it also contributes 3 grams, I think, to your weight. And then here we have the different skills. And so for the science skill, there's nothing. For the fashion skill, there's nothing. For the sports skill, there's nothing. For the art skill, there's nothing. But for the food skill, you get 1 point. So if you're working towards a certain type of Tamagotchi, that's really helpful information to have. If you need a Tamagotchi that has a high skill point, then you want to find the foods or the decor or the items, the toys that you can play with, because they all contribute different skill points. Another thing that's really helpful is this English translated guide, and I highly recommend it. Printing it out if you have access to a printer. I'll post a link down below to where I got this from, but basically it translates every single thing, which is pretty awesome. And it not only translates the different menus, but it shows you the characters so that you can make sure you're on the right thing and what it means. And also pictures. So if you're more of a visual person, that's really helpful as well. And the last thing that I always think is nice to print out is a growth chart that has been translated so you know exactly what to do to get certain types of Tamagotchis. And as you can see, all the adult characters are the same with 2 exceptions on the 4U Plus. So in this one, there's only 10 adults built in, and in this one, there's 12 adults built in. And the new ones are Love Sorachi and Paku Paku, Candy Paku Paku, which are those 2 down there. And then all the other adults are the same. Another thing that is different about the growth, however, is that there are different babies and there are different teenagers, or the rebellious stage. Alright, so now let's get a close-up, and I'm going to walk you through the different icons. The first icon is the scale icon. And on this, there's 3 different pages. The first one is your character information, where you'll see the hunger, the happiness, name, age, weight, gotchi points, and gender, and your skill points. So the top row is your basic skills that you learn when you're young: how to go poo on your own, how to take a bath on your own, and how to clean your room on your own. The bottom row is the skill points that you can get from going to the school, where there are 5 different clubs, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And the last thing on this page is your clover, or your happy points. And so as you get those happy symbols, your little clover will fill up when you are complete. There's 4 of them. The next menu is the owner profile. So me, that's my name, and I just picked some random things for this one. Also, every morning your Tamagotchi asks you how you're doing, or at least that's how I've always interpreted it. I've also heard people saying that it's asking how you want it to feel for the day. But I've always been under the impression that it's asking how you're feeling, since this is the character or the owner profile. Then the next page is some things that I have filled out partly. We have birthday, age, astrological symbol, hobby, dream of the future, which I haven't filled these out yet, dream of the future, favorite food, favorite person, and special skill. And the last one is your settings page. Here you can set the date and the time. The second menu gives you your different banners. After the banners menu, you have your brightness adjustment. So you press the A to turn it down and the B to turn it up, and the C button to exit out and accept. And the last one is your sound. So the top option is to keep it on, the bottom will turn it off. Next we have the connection icon, and here's where I get a little bit spotty in my knowledge. So this first option is a greeting, but I honestly don't know what it's for. The second option is connecting it to another Tamagotchi, and there's lots of different options within that as well, which I will show you in further detail in just a moment. The third option is connecting to the 4U app with a mobile device. And the last option is connecting to a touch spot, for example, a touch card. Alright, so for connecting to Tamagotchis, I think I'm going to make a separate video just because it is a little time consuming. There's lots of different options, as you can see. So stay tuned for that. Alright, this next icon, which is a little heart and a running dude, this is something that I've never quite understood, and I think that part of the way this connection works is that you need to be in Japan connecting to the different various touch spots. So the first is a bingo game, and the second is a Tamagashapon. Next we have the food icon, which is pretty straightforward. So the first option is your refrigerator, where we have meal and a snack, and these are free things. So that shows you that it's a meal, and the little candy shows that it's a treat, which gives you happiness. And the next option is a restaurant. So here we have Midochi, who asks you how you're doing and what you would like to eat today, I think. I just am assuming. So the first option is a meal. All the items that have a heart icon in the corner, that means that I have downloaded it from the app. And then we have the snack icon. Next we have the clover icon. The first one is praising. The second one is scolding. The third is to talk to. And the fourth one is care and medicine. One of the things that the younger ones do a lot when they're eating is pass gas. So they will fart and they won't eat their meal and they'll run amok in the kitchen. And when that happens, it is an opportunity to scold your Tamagotchi, and they will learn not to fart at the dinner table. You also want to use the praise option when your Tamagotchi is young and it's learning its basic skills, such as pooping on its own, taking a bath, and cleaning its room. So at certain times in the day, a little bubble will come above your Tamagotchi's head, and it will show you like the little poop icon, which means it has to go poop. So you take it to the bathroom, and you have it go to the bathroom. And then once it does that, you go back to the clover and you praise your Tamagotchi. And after doing that a couple of times, it will learn that skill.